This is one of the biggest animals that ever existed. It was over 30 meters long and weighed more than 200 tons. You've probably heard of it. The biggest animal that ever existed. But have you ever wondered how big other creatures are in this photo? This is a young humpback whale. That's not a miniature adult. This is really a baby. And this is its mother. To put it mildly, she's gigantic. Here is another photo of the same two whales. Here is the calf again. And here is the mother. There are no tricks in these photos, just an incredible difference in size. So how do such huge creatures exist? Marine biology knows several reasons for gigantism in sea dwellers, but scientists are still far from unraveling this mystery. In this video, you will find out what other huge sea monsters once roamed our planet. How does the size of marine animals compare to their relatives living on land? And most importantly, why did they become so big? The ocean is full of giants. We all know that fish can be quite large, but some species break all imaginable size records. Take the oarfish, for example. They're also known as king of herrings or half-beasts. Look at this thing. It is truly enormous. Oarfish can reach 11 meters in length and weigh almost a ton. Some fishermen claim that the oarfish has a narrow head like a shark, silvery scales, and a mouth that can swallow a whole person. However, despite the frightening description, oarfish feed only on plankton. Scientists believe that the oarfish was the inspiration for the legendary sea monster stories told by sailors since ancient times. But there are much larger creatures in the depths of the ocean. Take a look at this colossal squid. It has been lurking in the darkness of the ocean depths for millions of years. It has huge eyes that can be bigger than a soccer ball. The colossal squid has sharp sucker-like rings instead of lips. With them, it holds on to its prey and tears it apart. And yes, its tentacles can reach up to 4.5 meters in length. The colossal squid is the biggest invertebrate that ever existed on our planet. No wonder scientists consider it the most dangerous sea monster for humans. Well, if we take into account that it feeds on whales, then it is clear where it got such huge dimensions. However, the sperm whale is even bigger. It is the largest toothed whale on our planet. An adult can be as long as 16 meters and weigh about 90 tons. Imagine dragging your heavy suitcase up the stairs. Now imagine doing that every day for the rest of your life. Sperm whales can dive 2.5 kilometers deep in search of food. That's roughly equivalent to climbing the Sydney Harbor Bridge every day. And that's not enough. Let me show you the blue whale, the largest creature that ever lived on Earth. This whale can reach 33 meters in length and weigh over 200 tons. Just to give you an idea, an adult blue whale has the same mass as 33 African elephants. In terms of size, this is roughly comparable to a 747 jumbo jet. The blue whale is not only the largest animal on our planet, it is also the loudest. Its roaring call can be heard 180 kilometers away. For comparison, the roar of a jet engine is heard only 5 kilometers away. And yet, the blue whale is endangered. The main reason is the voracious appetite of this leviathan. Blue whales eat over 4.5 tons of krill daily. And if there isn't enough food in the ocean, they migrate from place to place in search of a better life. But the size of the blue whale is still far from the limit of gigantism among sea creatures. Millions of years ago, the oceans were inhabited by even larger animals. Meet Basilosaurus. It was over 20 meters long and reached 100 tons in weight. These creatures resembled modern whales, but were more similar to snakes. The Basilosaurus was one of the first whales to appear on our planet. Its closest relative today is the dwarf sperm whale, which reaches no more than 9 meters in length. But size doesn't always matter. Some sea dwellers use their small stature to hunt large prey. For example, orcas attack whales, seals, and even sharks. They literally tear their victims to pieces. The orca is perfectly adapted for hunting. Thanks to its small size, it can easily maneuver in the water and move almost as fast as its prey. At the same time, it is very agile on land. All these advantages allow orcas to catch large animals that are much stronger than themselves. Jellyfish are smaller than orcas, but they are no less scary. The lion's mane jellyfish is the most massive jellyfish in the world. Its tentacles can reach 200 meters in length. That's roughly the same as 50 of me standing in a row. Imagine getting tangled in one of these tentacles. It would be worse than being trapped in a spider web. But even this jellyfish is not the largest in the world. This title belongs to the Cyanea capillata. Its dome can reach 2 meters in diameter, and its tentacles are 10 times thinner than a human hair. Even despite this, they can be felt at a distance of several tens of meters. If the lion's mane stings painfully but not too dangerous, then meeting with the Cyanea capillata can be fatal. The good news is that the capybara lives in the open ocean. It rarely swims close to the shore. So scientists don't record attacks of these jellyfish on humans. But the danger is not always lurking in the water column. Sometimes it comes from the very bottom of the ocean. Take the Japanese spider crab. Its legs can be up to 4 meters long. The crab can hide under its massive shell, which is 1 meter wide. It feeds on algae, dead animals, and fish. It can live up to 100 years. It is hard to surprise someone with such dimensions, except perhaps with the fact that this is not the largest arthropod in the world. This title belongs to the giant Japanese spider crab. Its legs can be up to 5 meters long, and its body, together with its spread legs, can reach 3.8 meters in width. That's roughly the same as the doorway in your house. But jokes aside, scientists classify the giant Japanese spider crab as a vulnerable species. This is due to its age. It becomes sexually mature only by the age of 90 and has only one offspring in its lifetime. But even such huge crabs are dwarfed by the Antarctic octopus. Its total length can be over 9 meters. That's about the size of a basketball court. This octopus is also considered the largest invertebrate on our planet. Do you think there are any animals larger than the Antarctic octopus? Leave a comment below. I'm sure you'll be surprised. Meet the giant isopod. Despite the fact that this creature looks like a common woodlouse, it can reach impressive sizes. The giant isopod lives in the western part of the Atlantic Ocean at a depth of 170 to 2,700 meters. It feeds mainly on dead animals that fall to the bottom. In 2021, a new species of giant isopod was discovered, which was named Bathynomus giganteus. It can reach 52 centimeters in length, but despite their size, giant isopods move very slowly. They usually travel no more than 12 meters per hour. All these creatures are undoubtedly very large, but they are still inferior to the main giants of the ocean. But why exactly are the giants giants? Scientists distinguish 4 main reasons for gigantism in sea creatures. First, cold water slows down the metabolism of marine organisms. This means that they need less energy to survive. Second, sufficient food supply. Whales, for example, eat several tons of krill every day, while others hunt large fish and mammals. Third, pressure. Deep sea dwellers are under enormous pressure, which helps them withstand huge water columns. Finally, oxygen. The higher its concentration in the water, the larger the organism can be. Marine biologists note that most often gigantism occurs in animals that live at a depth of up to 2,000 meters. That's because sunlight can't penetrate that deep. But this rule has exceptions. For example, the blue whale lives in the upper layers of the water column, and the Japanese spider crab and the Antarctic octopus live closer to the bottom. What do you think could be the reason for gigantism in deep-sea creatures? Leave a comment below and check out our video about weirdest deep-sea creatures. You're bound to be surprised.